journalists. I spoke a brief time ago with Michel Gabaudan, President of Refugees International. Michel, thank you very much for joining me. We've been reporting on this crisis for more than a year now, and as these latest tragedies show, it seems to show no sign of abating. The weather is getting warmer. How much worse do you think it's going to get?
Well, I think it's going to get worse, and I think what we forget is that if people are so desperate that they take these risks, there is a root cause that we should really try to address with much more determination than we've done now. Now the preoccupation has been how do we avoid this so-called invasion, no? But when people are prepared to lose family members at the rate they're doing, there is a problem at the base that we have to look at. And it will require political courage and difficult solutions.
And the death toll tells its own story. 1,000 people drowned off the coast of Libya just in the last couple of weeks. Looking at that separate incident, we've had another death toll today, of course. How do you go about closing that route when Libya itself is in so much chaos?
Well, I think it will take some time, but there are a few things that can be done. I would say immediately is for those people who flee persecutions, mostly the Syrians and some Iraqis and Afghans, is have a program of legal pathways to move away from the first asylum countries where they reside, which are bursting at the seams. And if there is a way for these people to eventually have a future without taking this risk, without wasting that money, of course they will wait and take that. But right now, this door is almost closed. It's very tiny. The second one is to give much more support to the countries that are hosting refugees. Let's not forget that while we lament the fact there is 1 million refugees who have arrived, or migrants that have arrived in Europe, I mean, there are far many more millions that live in countries that are poorer, that do not have the means to receive them, etc. These countries have received some humanitarian aid, but this is not enough to help these people over time.
You just mentioned closing routes. Of course, the deal with Turkey has helped that.
Yes.
But what impact do you think it has had? Has it actually been beneficial?
Well, it has shown that the Europeans can come together, unfortunately at the risk of losing a little bit of their soul in the process. What's dramatic, what is happening in Libya is a return to what was happening in 2014. Up to 2014, the way towards Europe was from Egypt and Libya towards Italy. When the smugglers found a cheaper route, which was through Turkey and Greece, they could accommodate more people because the trip was not as expensive and it was slightly less risky. Now that the door is closed, they're going back to the ideal country for smugglers, which is Libya.
And of course, that's a whole other story. Michel Gabaudan, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Pleasure.